In this lesson, we'll be discussing about finding the greatest common factor of a given pair of numbers using the method continuous division method. Before that, let us first list all the factors of the following numbers. So for number 30, we have 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10, and 5 times 6. For the number 42, the factors are 1 times 42, 2 times 21, 3 times 14, and 6 times 7. For number 54, the factors are 1 times 54, 2 times 27, 3 times 18, and 6 times 9. Lastly, for number 72, the given factors are 1 times 72, 2 times 36, 3 times 24, 4 times 18, 6 times 12, and then lastly we have 8 times 9. So all the numbers that I wrote here are called factors of each number. So let us define what is a factor. A factor of a number is a number that divides the given number evenly or exactly, leaving no remainder. Also, a factor is a number that we multiply by another number to get a product or an answer. So for today's lesson, let us define what are common factors. Common factors are numbers that are factors of two or more numbers. These are factors that two or more numbers share. So that is common to those given two or more numbers. While, for example, we have the given numbers 8 and 4. If we give the factors of these two numbers, let's say we have 8, 1 times 8, and 4 times 2. For 4, the factors are 1 times 4 and 2 times 2. So if we will write the common factors of these two numbers, we have 1, we have 2, and we have 4. So these are the common factors of the numbers 8 and 4, since they have or they share between these two given numbers. Another, if we have 12 and we have 10, we will list down the factors of each number. So we have 12, 1 times 12, 3 times 4, and 6 times 2. For 10, we have 1 times 10 and 2 times 5. If we will write again or list down again the factors that they share, we have the 1 and we have the 2. So these are the common factors of the numbers 12 and 10, which are 1 and 2. So that is how we get the common factors. So what we did here is we list down the factors of the given numbers so that we can determine the common factors of each. Now, what is the greatest common factor, or what we call GCF? The greatest common factor is the largest number that is a factor of the given numbers, and it is the highest number that divides the given numbers without having a remainder. So for example, we have here, determine the greatest common factor of the following sets of numbers. The method that we're going to use here is what we call the continuous division. Let's say we have 8 and 20. So 8 and 20. So we will divide these two numbers by using the what we call prime numbers in order for us to easily identify the greatest common factor of these given numbers. So when we say prime numbers, these are numbers that has only two factors, itself and the number 1. So for example, 2. 2 has only factors that is 1 times 2. Also, we have 3, we have 5, we have 7, we have 11, and we have 13, and so on and so forth. So we can easily identify which divisor we are going to use by simply looking at our given pair of number. So as you can see here, the given numbers are 8 and 20. So the prime number that we can use here to divide 8 and 20 is the number 2. So that will be our first divisor. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 20 divided by 2 is 10. Next, since 4 and 2 is still divisible by a given prime number, which is 2, we can still divide them. So that is 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. Do not stop, not until the given numbers do not have a common factor anymore. So since 2 and 5 doesn't have any common factor other than 1, so we can now stop here. Now, since we're done, get all the divisors that you use, in this case 2 and 2, and then get their product. So 2 times 2, that is 4. Therefore, the GCF of 8 and 20 is 4. Next, we have 15 and 25. Among the given prime numbers here, the number that we can use to divide 15 and 25 that is common between the two is the number 5. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. 25 divided by 5 is 5. Since we are done here, we cannot divide them anymore. Therefore, the divisor that we use is only 5. So therefore, that is the GCF, which is 5. Letter C, we have 20 and 50. So 20 and 50, looking at our prime numbers here, we can use the number 5. So 20 divided by 5, that is 4. Next, 50 divided by 5, that is 10. We can still divide 4 and 10 by the prime number 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Now, since 2 and 5 doesn't have any common factor anymore, we can now multiply our divisors that we use here, which are 5 and 2. So 5 times 2 is equal to 10. So our GCF now here is 10. Then lastly, we have 18 and 60. So again, we think of a prime number that we can use to divide 18 and 60, and that number is the number 3. So 18 divided by 3 is 6. 30 divided by 3 is 20. Next, we can still simplify this 6 and 20 by using the prime number 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 20 divided by 2 is 10. Since we do not have any possible common factor for 3 and 10, we can say that 3 and 2 is 6. So the GCF of 18 and 60 is 6. So that is how we get the GCF using the method continuous division.